Hey everyone, this is Steph from Art by Bedell, and I have a page in my new floral journal that I'm working on, and I'd like to bring you along on the process. So what I have is this piece of scrapbooking paper. It came from the paper studio in Hobby Lobby, and it's full of beautiful flowers with nice colors. And then I have a piece of my handmade paper, the paper that was made with a magnolia blossom, and some of the leaves were in on it this too. So I wanted to use that for the background, and we will glue that down with some of this neutral pH adhesive. And I'm just going to go around the outside edge of it. So put a little stream around the outside edge. With my handmade paper, because it's a little thicker, a little more absorbent, I like to use a little bit heavier glue. So that's why I'm using this glue for this project. There we go. And then also in this journal, I am incorporating some of my sketched flowers. For more of our background here, I have the piece of what I have been calling as cleanup paper. It's a mixed media paper that's made from my paper that's on my table here while I'm working. So I'll put some glue on this too. Now, as you're doing this, you could incorporate any of these layers into a pocket if you want to add a pocket or a tuck spot. For this one, this page, I have a paper bag that I'm using for a pocket, and that's this paper bag. I don't exactly know where I got this bag. I don't always remember where I picked everything up. So anyhow, we're going to glue that down also. And I think I will just glue on the two long sides in the bottom, so we have two pockets, one inside the bag and then one behind the bag. And also I'm going to put some glue here on this flap to help hold that down, just secure it a little bit more. There we go. And I'll place that right here, kind of down on the right-hand corner of the page, rather than just dead on center. I'll go like this, press it down firmly. And this is a nice, easy page. It doesn't have any stitching on it. It's just pretty much gluing your layers, your little collage down on it. So there's my sketched flower, and the flower that I have today is a black-eyed Susan. And I have a few more layers here of some little tiny tags, a piece of fabric. I don't need two pieces, just one piece of fabric. Let's see what we have for tags here. Let's use this tag and that one. There we go. And let's see how we want to layer them down. Now I want my flower right on my bag like that. And then I'll put my bag and my handmade paper and my piece of scrapbook paper and my flower I have already inked up around the edge of. I do need to ink up around the edge of this tag. And for that I am using Vintage Photo Oxide ink. And I also have this little tag I want to add some ink to the edges of. There we go. So let's see how we might want to layer all of this. And I think this will go underneath. So I'll put my flower down. Now these sketched flowers are created on some watercolor paper. And so they're meant to be colored. The book is all about coloring the journal and coloring the sketched images. So it's kind of like a coloring book, journal combination type thing. Now, if you don't like coloring, obviously, you can use them just as they are because they look pretty just like that as a sketch flower with no color added. And then if you do decide to color, you know, you don't have to make it realistic. You could just add like splashes of color and have it be random and not really even the color of what a Black-Eyed Susan would be. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's your flower, it's in your journal. So there we go. And then we'll take this piece of fabric and we're gonna lay it right down here at the bottom. We'll just put a little bit of glue across the bottom here of our flower. And this fabric is just a scrap of muslin I had left over from something else. And let's see how we want to go about adding the other tags here. I prefer not to go any more over the flower than what I already have, so I think we'll go just like that. We'll take these little tags are from a Tim Holtz package of tags. That one is. This one is not. This one was a printable. Oh boy, I don't even know from who. And what I have done with it is, of course, cut it out and then punched a hole here and add in the eyelet and some string to it like that. So let's go over and past the edge of our bag onto our paper here with this, just to make it look a little more interesting. Now, because of the eyelet and because of the string that's on this tag, this part will not be glued down, but this will be. There we go. Really nice, easy page. Now, to put in our bag, I have for this journal not only the sketch flowers, but I have for each flower a bit of information, some fun facts type things about each flower that goes with them. And I will ink up around the edge of this, front and back of it. Some of the edges have enough color on them from when I coffee stained them that you really don't need to add any more, but we'll just touch it up just to make sure everything is cohesive and has the same color along the edge. And then I want to take the back side with my trusty line stamp here. And let's go this direction today. You can put your lines whichever direction you want, horizontal or vertical. We're going to go vertical today. And these papers are some papers that I have coffee stained with ferns. Okay, so in order to get that in our envelope, I will have to either fold it this way, which I think is what I'll do. If I fold it this way, then it could get lost down in our envelope. So I think I want to do it this way. I'd rather have the writing stick out. Let me just fold that in half. So I have the name of the flower here, which is the Black-Eyed Susan, and that can go down in our bag like that, with the name sticking up and out of there like that. Then if I want to add some more room for some journaling, I can take another piece of my coffee stain paper, and I'm not going to do anything more to it other than just fold it in quarters and tuck it down inside the bag like this, behind the bag actually. Let's see how well that fits. It doesn't want to go at all. I must have some glue where I don't want it. So let's just see if we can make room for it. Yeah, it should go down in there. Something was just holding it up. Let's try it again. All right, so that does not want to go in there at all. There doesn't appear to be anything holding it up. Let's change our mind. Let's put this paper down in there. See if that'll slide down in. If that slides down in, and then let's put this paper in the bag. Where there's a will, there's a way, guys. Okay, and since that's too tall, we will then take it and trim some off the top. And then put that back down in our bag like this. Because we want to be able to see what's on top of our paper here. So we can still see our Black-Eyed Susan. Let's take a little bit more off the paper. I want to get a good fit here. That's better. There, I like that better. There we go. So we have journaling space on the back of our flower information, and we have a piece of coffee stain copy paper that we can journal on. So that completes this page in my new floral coloring journal. I don't know whether to call it a coloring book journal, call it a journal coloring book, or what to call it actually. So we'll have to figure that out. But I want to thank you for watching, and hopefully you got a little inspiration out of this for maybe a journal that you're working in. And you have a wonderful day, and we shall see you again soon. Bye now.